Good morning, party people. Welcome to another...
Stop.
We're gonna bark a dog situation. It's okay, we're gonna deal with it. Today's video, we're gonna go through and talk about how to train chest effectively without weights at home.
We've got a bunch of exercises to run through, a bunch of different strategies you can use for beginners, intermediate, and advanced.
And if you've got a dog, even better. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start off with the basics.
All right, so we've got push-ups to start with. Hands just outside shoulder width. We're controlling the descent down all the way to the ground, and then we're gonna press up into full extension. You wanna make this one a little bit harder, just slow your descent and ascent down. There you go. You're really gonna provide some extra load to your muscles doing it this way.
So the benefit of doing the push-ups as well is, one, you don't need any equipment. You can do it anywhere as long as you're on the floor. Holy crap, she's gonna bark the whole time. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't too annoying for you guys. You can do it anywhere, anytime. All you need is the floor, and your hand positioning can change things up dramatically as where you're hitting. So we're doing a standard push-up position here. As Lam was saying, this is kind of like an all-rounder. It's gonna be hitting there on the triceps, the chest. It's gonna get a little bit of delt in there as well. We can move our hands in a little bit closer.
So this is gonna let the triceps take over a lot more on this movement. As you can see, keep the elbows nice and close to the body.
We can go out for a wider stance and then go side to side.
Absolutely. So this is kind of a little regression from a single arm pull-up. It's going to put some excess load on one side, but provides the other hand as support and a little bit of safety.
You can do staggers.
Again, another single arm variation that drives a little bit more force through one side.
Diamond push-ups.
Back to the triceps again.
The more advanced versions.
This is brutal. So we're just controlling down onto our elbows and driving straight back up out of the bottom position. Make sure your hands are out in front of your head.
So one of the things you'll notice in this is that core plank position. I'm never dipping or raising. I'm keeping my body nice and still no matter what the movement is. So there's a lot of core that comes into doing these as well, which is I guess a super important thing and really nice to add in as well. It's a really good foundation.
Super easy way to manage that is just to keep your glutes engaged the whole time.
Makes you out of breath too. All right, we're gonna move on now into a more deficit style push-up. So we've got the couch, feet are elevated.
Body position is the same, glutes are still on, we've got a nice neutral back, and again, we're gonna control all the way down to the floor.
So what's the benefits of this?
We're just gonna be providing a little bit of extra load. You'll notice the angle that Nate's body at, so there's more weight coming down on the top end of his body. Again, same as how we were doing things on the floor. Lots of breathing, lots of control.
Having that that deficit there also means it's gonna help hit that upper portion of the chest a little bit more. Same as if you're doing like an incline bench motion, focusing on the upper pectoral. Now, the opposite of this, which I don't know if this is gonna be in frame, but here it will be.
Incline. So this is gonna make things a little bit easier for you if you're a beginner. All those variations that you saw Nate hit on the floor before, you can do on a couch, on a chair, anything like that. Again, it's just taking a bit of the extra load off.
Really cool moves. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no.
We may as well move into a very delt focused one. Let's do the pike push-up.
Sure. So what we're doing here is we're jumping into pike position, raising our hips, feet are nice and secure on the couch, and we're gonna take our nose down to the ground with lots of control and press on up. So you are gonna get a little bit of chest in this one, but it is gonna be mainly tricep and shoulder capsule.
Now this one's super difficult. If you find it too hard with your feet elevated like that, you can also just do this on the ground, which is gonna obviously lessen the angle a little bit more. This is a really good progression to work towards doing handstand push-ups against a wall.
Absolutely. You probably won't be as efficient as Nate to start with because it is a high skill movement, so practice the skill and get the load in there.
All right, we've got two chairs. What are we doing now?
Sitting down. No, we're gonna do some deficit work. So we're jumping up, our feet are up on the couch again. We're gonna push up, we're gonna control down and get a stretch and drive on up. Now you'll notice the depth Nath comes to. Nath has quite solid shoulder and elbow and wrist mobility here, so he can get to a depth. All you need to do is get below the top line for the deficit to take effect. So just go to a point that is, you do feel a stretch, but that's comfortable for you, and then drive on back up.
This is, as Lam's saying, a really good stretch across the chest there. It's quite nice to do this in a nice slow motion too. Really control that tempo down, hold and stretch at the bottom and then come up. Doing these too fast is a little bit dangerous. You want to do this on nice and slow tempo. Well, we've got our chairs here. Let's do some dips.
Let's do some dips.
If you're like me and you're not the tallest person, I can dip okay on that. But Lane has no hope of doing that with his long legs. So there are some variations you can do here.
Chair dip, just feet out in front. Again, we're keeping our torso nice and upright, shoulders stacked on top of our hips, sending our elbows back and driving on up into extension.
You can do these with your feet raised. I don't have a chair in front of me, so I won't demonstrate this one, but it's just putting your feet up in front. It's gonna have a little bit more weight come through the upper body there. It's a really great way of adding those. But if you do have something taller, like stools, I would definitely recommend trying those dips this way. It's just gonna allow you to have more body weight, so it adds to the resistance. Absolutely. If you're also doing chair dips this way, you can put something on your lap to make it heavier. So a backpack with books or something in it if you wanna add that extra resistance. Let's finish off with the tough one.
Handstand push-ups.
Okay, we're gonna finish off here with, as we said, wall handstand push-ups. This is a much more advanced movement. I don't expect everyone to be getting towards this, but if you want to hit your delts really strongly, this is a great way of doing it. I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing this for progressions. So, first things first, hands are just out in front of the wall here. I'm going to go with maybe 30 centimeters. You just want to have enough so you can lean back into the wall. Then when I kick up, you can see I'm actually using one foot to catch myself rather than trying to get into that full handstand position to start with there. It's a really good way of just starting that off in control. Being on your hands upside down is quite tough on the body. You need a lot of blood rushing to your head, so the less time you need up there, the better. So, you can see there, hands are just outside my shoulder width. I can come in a little bit more if I want there. Now the foot that's on the wall here is actually the main foot I'm gonna use to stabilize. Coming down and then pushing up there. This top foot there is actually more for balance. I'm not dragging it on the wall. I'm just keeping it there so that I'm upright. Now, if you're ever trying to do it that way, you can also use your hand and walk yourself up the wall, but it means that you are going to be sliding down on your toes. The other option there is bending and pushing down that way. This is a big strain on the shoulders there, so make sure you're doing everything with control. You can work on doing deficits for this, so you can put a pillow down and start on your head. I'd recommend trying to do these as strict as possible though, rather than doing those sort of jerking motions you tend to see in like CrossFit. You're gonna get more strength gains and muscular shape from doing them with control.
You keep getting right in front of my head every time I turn around.
It just lines up behind my head.
Yeah, I don't know where your head is. Better?
You should be more aware.
Sorry. All right, that is it, guys. Super simple for today. As we said, hitting chest is a really easy one to do because there's so much you can do with just body weight. In the next video, we might hit back, give you a few exercise ideas in order to add resistance to that workout. So stay tuned for that.
Bye.